There is no doubt that the Ethereum NFT marketplaces have been on fire for the last week. It is an unprecedented bull run. However, I want everyone to begin turning their attention to the Solana NFT marketplace because I believe it is staged for an even more incredible bull run than we've been seeing, maybe not in terms of total volume, but in terms of opportunity for those who are getting into the right projects on Solana. Right now, things are primed. I think you can get really good deals. And I just want to tell you why I think you should be choosing Solana over Ethereum. Spoiler alert, that's a conclusion I'm coming to right now. For me personally, now everyone's different with where they are with their investments, but for me personally, Solana is really a good place to be engaging with the bull run right now. Here's why. This is a total volume chart in US dollars over the last 7 days. So this is roughly around the time that the bull run began with Ethereum. And as you can see, the total volume is on OpenSea versus Magic Eden, the largest marketplaces. I mean, it's astronomically, it's more than 10 times larger on OpenSea. And so that is a clear indication that there's a lot more money in the Ethereum space. And so for investors with big pockets, I think that is a great place to be, or was a great place to be, assuming you're taking some profits along that ride. But that's a whole other topic. For those of us who do not have massive pockets, for people who are getting started with NFTs, want to have less risk, and they want to be able to just make more sense of a more compressed marketplace and a more compressed kind of universe of NFTs to choose from, Solana is very good, and I believe it's staged for a bull run. So one thing I also want to note looking at this chart, last thing I want you to note here is that the total number of traders on Ethereum versus Solana. So you can see that there's roughly 2 to 3 times as many traders on Ethereum, but there's more than 10 times as much volume. What is that, 11 or 12 times as much volume in Ethereum? So you can see there's a concentration of money in order to participate on these marketplaces. On these ones, it's more distributed. So let's move over to the next chart that I got from DappRadar, which is the highest volume NFT collections on Solana versus Ethereum. And as we can see on Ethereum, these are the top 10. They have crazy floor prices. These are all ones that you've probably heard of before. But a lot of these are like blue chips that just have huge floor prices. And you can see that the number of sales is also astronomical. So over here on the Solana side, you can see that the total volume is not as high for any of these as you would expect. However, there are still enough traders per project. There are still enough sales per project for these collections to be liquid and to be in a good position for buying and selling as you please. So the next thing I want to do is look at collections inside of the Soluminati tool. So this is Compass from Soluminati. Shout out to Soluminati. You can see my video in the card about Soluminati with a full breakdown of this tool. But for the moment, we're actually going to be looking at just one page here. And this is a list of mid-priced NFTs on the Solana marketplace, the top performing currently. So what I have set up here is a filter for floor price of maximum 7 Solana, which is about $1,000. So these are under $1,000 USD to invest in. And I also want to make sure that we had a minimum 7-day volume of 1,000 Solana. So these are selling actively, and there are buyers out there to pick these up. So I just wanted to dispel a myth that Solana is full of really bad projects. I think this is kind of old school thinking in the Ethereum NFT world, that a lot of these projects are not very good. But going through this list, I can tell you that There is a very good representation of different kinds of NFTs with strong teams, with momentum, high levels of artwork, great quality projects. I haven't looked into every one of these, obviously, but the ones that I recognize, I know are actually pretty solid. And I'm going to say the same thing when we go over to my next list. But here we are with these. These are gaming NFTs. So the gaming NFT sector is well represented here. There are Solana NFT utility NFTs here. There's a fashion NFT. There are passive income NFTs. And then there are also artwork PFP kind of customization NFTs. So whatever flavor of NFT you're into, the top performing, the top 10 performing, look at these on the Solana marketplace, choose your niche, do your research on the individual projects. And I think that these could do very well, especially when you're only looking at an investment under $1,000. You could pick up a couple of these and I mean, it just really depends on where you're at with your journey. So I wanted to point out there's solid projects under $1,000 on Solana, which is really cool. And then also there's projects, these are under 3 Solana. So this is under like $600 or something like that. So if you look at, in fact, less than that, under probably $500, let's just look really quick. So if I look at 3 Solana here, okay, under $420 US is what I'm looking at in this list. Now, not all of these I have reviewed, but I can tell you that these have had, they have been through cycles of pumping and people are out here buying these. The volume is very good. There's enough activity in all of these NFTs for flip potential at the very minimum, if not long-term holds in here. And I think that when you look at the way Ethereum NFTs have performed, the blue chips. So flipping aside, this is a very good market, I think, for flipping right now. But if you're looking for opportunities for long-term holds, I think that it could be a good strategy right now because there are a couple reasons for that. Number one, you can get Solana for a really good price right now. I mean, a month and a half ago, this was at $250 per Solana. Now we're down to $140. Yeah, we can look at the 90-day on Solana, and it is I think it's a great time to buy Solana. I mean, assuming the whole market doesn't dip, right? So if Bitcoin goes to crap, every marketplace is going to be screwed from my understanding. But as long as the crypto market continues to stay flat or, do okay, Solana, I think, is a really good deal because we were at an all-time high just back in December. Or wait, that's not true. We're up above $200 in December. There was all-time high going back just into November at 260. I believe that was an all-time high. It was definitely for the year. So Solana is a great price. So if you get Solana right now and buy NFTs that are potentially going to appreciate in value as blue chips, and you really do your research on some of these, I think it could mirror what's happened with Ethereum, where the blue chips, they were very valuable. They became valuable for the first cycle, and then there was kind of a dull period of kind of a bear market with NFTs and Ethereum. And then now that there's been another bull run in the Ethereum marketplace, the blue chips have all gone up. I mean, they almost led. It's like people are flipping mid-tier NFTs to buy blue chips, and when there's a bull run, there's a bunch of people doing that, and they pump. And that's what's happened with Ethereum. I think that this could happen with Solana. So if you do your research and you can look at every different sector as represented here, I think this is really promising. And there's one more reason why I think that this is a very promising time to get into Solana, which is that Solana has been having network problems. So I know this is kind of a backwards way of thinking about things, but the FUD surrounding the network issues in Solana has been causing an uproar, and I think, as you can see, it has caused the price to dip. So this is, again, a good time to buy. I believe that the engineers are going to be able to overcome this, unlike on Ethereum. On Ethereum, they're not going to overcome their problems. The gas fees are always going to be messed up. The more valuable it gets, the worse that all the problems are going to get. The transactions are going to be slower. The fees are going to be higher. On Solana, the engineers are going to be taking care of this kind of stuff, and these issues have been very, very rare. Plus, you don't lose money when you have issues. When I have network transactions fail on Solana, which I've had with someone trying to create listings, I don't lose any money when that happens. It's not like Ethereum where you can lose gas money trying to mint and fail. It's like, no. This is just a totally different situation. So this is a very temporary thing, which I think Solana could bounce back out of this once those network issues are overcome. So overall, I know this was a lot, but I wanted to take the time to explain my perspective on why I believe Solana NFTs are primed for a bull run. And I believe that for certain types of investors, especially those who are working with smaller wallets, working to build their wallets up, there are opportunities from multiple angles, whether you want to flip, whether you want to buy and try and find blue chips and hold them, or if you are interested in particular niches like gaming or fashion or PFP or Solana startups. Every niche, I think, has strong options right now, and you can do your own research, and I hope that you have luck finding the NFTs that are going to be profitable for you. With that, thank you for being here. Like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I will see you in the next video.